Most men are taught to chase love. To impress. To prove. To give more, talk more, try harder. And yet, the harder they try, the more attraction slips through their fingers. What if I told you that the men women desire most are often the ones doing less, not because they don't care, but because they are centered? This is not a video about manipulation. It's not about tricks, scripts, or pretending to be someone you're not. This is about a different kind of power. The quiet power of a man who governs himself. A man who can be present without chasing. Confident without arrogance. Detached without being cold. If you've ever wondered why some men are effortlessly attractive, why women lean in without being pushed, stay with me. Because once you understand this, you'll never approach love the same way again. Welcome to the channel, Stoic Love Wisdom. This is where every story and lesson about love will help you find the answer. Today, we will explore a new perspective through the topic, unique strategies to help you become more attractive in the eyes of women. These are real-life experiences and profound lessons that will change the way you perceive love. Follow me, because the most surprising and interesting things are still waiting for you ahead. Before starting, find a quiet place, put on your headphones and relax your mind. Let the sharing in this video help you feel more fully and enjoy every meaningful moment. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Let's begin. Part 1, The Foundation, Why Most Men Fail Before They Even Begin. There is a hard truth most men avoid because it hurts their ego. Women don't reject men because they lack looks, money, or status. They reject men because they lack inner gravity. I didn't understand this when I was young. I believed attraction was about doing more. More texting, more compliments, more availability, more explaining, more proving. And every time I did more, women pulled away. Only later did I realize something brutal yet liberating. Attraction is not built by effort. It is built by presence. Stoic love begins here. 1. Attraction is not logical, it is emotional and energetic. You can say all the right things. You can treat her kindly. You can listen attentively. You can be consistent. And still, she feels nothing. Why? Because attraction doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotional tension and psychological safety at the same time. Most men make one of two mistakes. They create comfort without tension. She sees them as safe but boring. They create tension without stability. She feels excited but unsafe. The Stoic man creates both, without chasing either. And that balance starts with self-containment. 2. The Stoic principle, you are not here to be chosen. Read this carefully. The moment a man needs a woman's approval to feel whole, he becomes unattractive, even if she can't explain why. Women sense neediness faster than men sense danger. Neediness doesn't mean begging. It means over-explaining yourself. Seeking validation for your decisions. Adjusting your values to avoid conflict. Being afraid to lose her. A Stoic man does not perform for attraction. He lives his life as if attraction is a byproduct, not a goal. That mindset alone changes how you speak. Pause. Look at her. Walk away. And women notice, immediately. 3. Detachment is not coldness, it is power. Many men misunderstand Stoicism. They think being Stoic means being distant, silent, or emotionally unavailable. Wrong. True detachment is not emotional absence. It is emotional sovereignty. A Stoic man feels deeply, chooses deliberately, does not attach his identity to outcomes. He can like her, without fearing her loss. He can desire her, without needing her validation. He can invest, without self-abandonment. This creates a paradox that women find irresistible. He cares, but he doesn't cling. And clinging is the fastest way to kill desire. 4. Why chasing repels, even when your intentions are pure? Let me be blunt. Every time you chase, you communicate lower value. You shift power away from yourself. You turn attraction into negotiation. Chasing says, I am incomplete without you. Stoic attraction says, I enjoy you, but my life remains intact with or without you. Women are not attracted to men who need love. They are attracted to men who offer love from abundance. That abundance comes from a full life, clear boundaries, inner discipline, emotional control under pressure. These are Stoic traits. 5. The silent signal that separates men from boys. Here's something no one tells you. Women don't fall for words. They fall for how you respond to uncertainty. When she pulls back, do you panic or stay grounded? When she tests you, do you explain or stand firm? When she challenges you, do you get reactive or amused? A Stoic man treats uncertainty as neutral, not threatening. That calm is magnetic. Because it signals confidence without arrogance, strength without aggression, desire without desperation. And that combination is rare. 6. Stoic love begins with self-respect, not strategy. This is not about manipulation. It's about alignment. If you need techniques to keep a woman, you've already lost. Stoic love asks a harder question. Am I living in a way that makes my presence valuable? When you say no without guilt, walk away without anger, choose yourself without cruelty, you become centered. And women orbit centered men naturally. Have you ever realized that, in love, moments of silence are sometimes more powerful than 1,000 words? Because in silence, we can hear our heartbeat more clearly and feel the presence of the other person more deeply. Here, I want to explore with you that strength, peace, and stability even when love goes through challenges. If you feel that these shares bring you something positive, please click like to support. And if you haven't clicked subscribe, do it now, so you don't miss any insight into love and maturity. I also hope to hear your story. What is the most valuable lesson that love has taught you? Please share in the comments section so we can learn and be inspired together. Come on, let's move on to the next part with a more prepared mind. Part 2, Silence, Boundaries, and Emotional Weight. How Stoic men create desire without trying ****. When a woman says she's attracted to a man but can't explain why, what she's really describing is emotional weight. Not words. Not compliments. Not constant attention. Weight. The kind of presence that makes her slow down. The kind of silence that feels intentional. The kind of boundary that feels calm, not defensive. Most men never develop this. They talk too much. They explain too quickly. They give access too easily. And in doing so, they make themselves light. 1. Silence is not absence, it is density. Let me say something that will make many men uncomfortable. The more you speak to fill space, the less value your presence carries. Stoic silence is not awkward. It's anchored. A Stoic man speaks when there is something worth saying. Pauses without anxiety. Does not rush to respond emotionally. Women are highly sensitive to emotional pacing. If you rush your replies, your emotions, your availability, you signal nervous energy. Stoic silence says, I am comfortable with myself, even in uncertainty. That comfort is rare. And rarity creates desire. 2. why women lean toward men who pause. Here's a subtle psychological truth. When you pause before speaking, you force her nervous system to lean in. She wonders. What is he thinking? Why isn't he reacting? Does he see something I don't? That curiosity is not manipulation. It's emotional gravity. Most men rush to clarify misunderstandings, fix tension, reassure insecurity. A Stoic man lets space exist. Because he knows. Not every emotion needs an immediate response. And women feel safer with men who don't panic emotionally. 3. Boundaries are the invisible frame of attraction. This is where most men collapse. They think boundaries are ultimatums. They think boundaries create conflict. They think boundaries scare women away. Wrong. Lack of boundaries is what repels women. Boundaries communicate self-respect, emotional adulthood, internal structure. A Stoic boundary is quiet. It doesn't threaten. It doesn't argue. It doesn't justify itself endlessly. It sounds like, that doesn't work for me. I'm not available for that. I'm going to pass. No anger. No explanation spiral. No guilt. And here's the key. A man who respects his own limits teaches a woman how to respect him. 4. Emotional weight comes from what you withhold, not what you give. Most men think attraction is built by giving attention, reassurance, availability, emotional disclosure. But emotional weight comes from selective investment. A Stoic man does not reveal everything immediately, chase emotional intensity, dump his inner world too soon. He understands timing. He understands that access must be earned, not granted automatically. This does not mean playing games. It means valuing your inner world. When a woman feels she has earned your trust, your attention, your depth, she values it far more. 5. The difference between emotional strength and emotional distance. This is critical. Women are not attracted to emotionally unavailable men. They are attracted to emotionally regulated men. Distance feels cold. Regulation feels safe. A Stoic man feels emotions fully, expresses them deliberately, does not let emotions control his behavior. If she challenges him, he doesn't shut down. If she tests him, he doesn't explode. If she withdraws, he doesn't chase. He remains internally stable. That stability becomes a place she can rest emotionally. 6. Why calm is more attractive than confidence. Confidence can be loud. Calm cannot be faked. Confidence can be performative. Calm is embodied. A Stoic man doesn't need to prove dominance, assert masculinity verbally, win every argument. He knows who he is. And that knowing shows in his tone, his posture, his timing, his restraint. Women read this instantly. They don't say, he is stoic. They feel, I feel different around him. That feeling is everything. 7. Emotional independence, the quiet line you never cross. The most attractive boundary of all is this. You do not make her responsible for your emotional state. You don't need her to be happy. You don't need her attention to feel secure. You don't need her approval to feel worthy. You choose her, not depend on her. That choice is powerful. Because it means she is desired, not needed. She is wanted, not required. She is an addition, not a foundation. Women trust men who don't collapse without them. Part 3, Emotional Tests, Polarity, and the Stoic response. Why women challenge the men they desire ****. Let me tell you something uncomfortable. When a woman challenges you, it is rarely because she dislikes you. It is because she is measuring you. Men fear tests. Stoic men understand them. And that understanding changes everything. 1. Why women test men, even the ones they like. A woman lives in a world of emotional risk. She asks, consciously or unconsciously, one core question. If I lean into this man, will he remain stable, or collapse? Tests are not traps. They are filters. They exist to reveal emotional strength, self-respect, nervous system regulation, consistency under pressure. A woman doesn't test weak men. She ignores them. She tests the ones who matter. 2. The most common tests, and why men fail them. Tests rarely look dramatic. They sound like, why are you so quiet? You're different today. Do you even care? Other guys would do this for me. I don't think you're ready for a relationship. Most men respond with explanations, defensiveness, reassurance, overinvestment. And in that moment, polarity collapses. Why? Because polarity requires contrast. Grounded versus reactive. Calm versus emotional chaos. Certainty versus volatility. When you become reactive, you step into her emotional frame. And attraction dies there. 3. The Stoic rule, never answer the test literally. This is critical. Tests are emotional. Literal answers are logical. When you answer a test literally, you miss the point. Example. She says, you don't text me as much as before. Weak response. Explaining your schedule. Apologizing excessively. Promising to do better. Stoic response. Calm acknowledgement. Emotional steadiness. Zero self-betrayal. Something like, I'm present when I'm present. No edge. No apology. No justification spiral. This response says, I am aware, and I am not shaken. That steadiness passes the test. 4. Emotional leadership, holding the frame without dominating. Stoic men don't control women. They hold frame. Frame means, you don't let her emotions dictate your behavior. You don't abandon your values to maintain harmony. You don't escalate tension unnecessarily. When she's emotional, you remain grounded. When she's uncertain, you remain centered. This creates emotional polarity. Her energy flows. Your structure holds. Women crave this, even when they resist it. 5. Why explaining yourself is often a mistake. Men love to explain. They think clarity builds attraction. But attraction is not built by transparency alone. It's built by trust in your inner authority. When you explain too much, you ask for approval. You signal insecurity. You give up emotional leadership. A Stoic man explains when it's necessary, not when he's pressured. Silence, in the right moment, is not avoidance. It's confidence in your position. 6. Polarity requires the willingness to lose her. This is the part most men cannot accept. You cannot maintain polarity if you are afraid to lose her. Fear makes you negotiate. Negotiation kills desire. Stoic men understand. Not every woman is meant to stay. Walking away is sometimes alignment. Self-respect comes before attachment. This doesn't make you cruel. It makes you clean. Women feel that cleanliness. They feel, This man won't abandon himself for me. And paradoxically, that makes them lean closer. 7. When to walk away, and why it increases respect. Walking away is not a tactic. It's a consequence. A Stoic man walks away when boundaries are crossed repeatedly. Respect disappears. Emotional chaos becomes constant. He doesn't threaten. He doesn't dramatize. He doesn't explain endlessly. He simply withdraws his presence. And presence, when grounded, is powerful currency. In love, sometimes silence is the answer. It gives us time to listen to ourselves and understand the other person's heart better. That's also the reason I share stories on this channel, so that you have a pause, a peaceful space to reflect. If you find this meaningful, please click like and don't forget to subscribe, so that we can continue to accompany each other on the journey to find a peaceful and profound love. Now, let's continue the rest with me. Part 4, Desire versus Attachment. How Stoic men create deep attraction without losing themselves ****. Most men don't lose women because they lack desire. They lose women because they confuse desire with attachment. And that confusion is silent. It doesn't announce itself. It slowly corrodes attraction from the inside. 1. Desire is clean, attachment is heavy. Desire says, I want you. Attachment says, I need you to feel okay. Women feel the difference immediately. Desire is light, playful, grounded. Attachment is anxious, urgent, consuming. A Stoic man understands. Desire flows outward. Attachment pulls inward. And attraction only survives where there is space. 2. Why women pull away when men attach. Here's the brutal truth. The moment a man makes a woman the center of his emotional life, she begins to feel responsible for him. Responsibility kills desire. Not because women are cruel, but because desire requires freedom. When she senses, your mood depends on her. Your confidence depends on her approval. Your peace depends on her behavior. She feels pressure. And pressure makes her pull back. 3. Stoic detachment is emotional freedom, not indifference. Let's clear the confusion. Stoic detachment does not mean you don't care. You withhold affection. You act cold or distant. It means you do not cling. You do not fear loss. You do not abandon yourself. A Stoic man can love deeply without surrendering his center. That balance is rare. And rarity is attractive. 4. The inner posture of a grounded man. Here is the posture women feel, even if they can't articulate it. I enjoy you deeply. But my life stands on its own. This posture creates emotional safety, sexual polarity, long-term respect. Because she knows you choose her freely. You are not trapped. You are not using her to fill a void. And that makes intimacy feel clean. 5. Why self-mastery is more attractive than intensity. Many men believe intensity equals passion. But intensity without mastery becomes volatility. A Stoic man values regulation over reaction, depth over drama, consistency over chaos. Women don't want emotional fireworks that burn out. They want a steady fire they can warm themselves by. That steadiness is not boring. It's grounding. 6. The paradox, letting go creates closeness. This is the paradox most men resist. The less you grip, the more room she has to come closer. When you stop monitoring her behavior, overinterpreting signals, fearing abandonment, you relax. And your relaxed presence invites her nervous system to relax too. Attraction deepens there. 7. Choosing over needing, the core Stoic shift. The most powerful shift a man can make is this. From I need you to I choose you. Choice implies abundance. Need implies scarcity. Women trust men who choose. They fear men who need. Part 5, The Stoic Man in Love. How to sustain attraction, respect, and desire over time. Attraction is easy to spark. Very few men know how to keep it alive. Because sustaining desire is not about intensity. It's about character under time. 1. Attraction fades when a man stops governing himself. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Women don't leave because men change. They leave because men stop leading themselves. At the beginning, a man is disciplined, purposeful, emotionally grounded. Over time, many men become reactive, lose structure, outsource their emotional center to the relationship. When a man dissolves into the relationship, attraction dissolves with him. A Stoic man never stops being a man with or without love. 2. Desire lives where respect is protected. Love can survive without desire. Friendship can survive without desire. But romantic polarity cannot. Respect is the soil where desire grows. A Stoic man protects respect by keeping his word, holding boundaries consistently, not tolerating emotional manipulation, not weaponizing silence or anger. He is fair. He is firm. He is calm. That combination creates trust without submission. 3. Emotional consistency beats emotional intensity. Most men think, if I make her feel strongly, attraction will last. Wrong. Strong emotions fade. Consistency builds safety. A Stoic man is predictable in character, stable in pressure, grounded in conflict. He doesn't disappear emotionally. He doesn't explode emotionally. Women don't crave chaos. They crave reliability with depth. 4. The masculine role, emotional anchor, not emotional sponge. This is where many men fail long-term. They absorb everything. They carry everything. They try to fix everything. A Stoic man does not drown in her emotions. He anchors them. He listens, without collapsing. He supports, without losing himself. He cares, without becoming responsible for her inner world. That distinction preserves polarity. 5. Growth is the ultimate aphrodisiac. Here's something few people say out loud. A man who stops growing slowly becomes invisible. Stoic men never stop cultivating physical strength, mental clarity, purpose beyond the relationship, self-respect. Not for her. For themselves. And women feel that forward motion instinctively. Desire follows momentum. 6. Conflict is where Stoic men separate themselves. Conflict reveals everything. In conflict, a Stoic man does not attack, does not retreat, does not plead. He stays present. He speaks clearly. He listens without surrendering his spine. He understands. Conflict handled well deepens intimacy. Conflict handled poorly destroys attraction. 7. Loving without losing your center. This is the highest level. A Stoic man loves without self-betrayal, emotional dependency, fear-based control. He is warm, but not needy. He is committed, but not trapped. He is open, but not porous. And that balance is rare. Conclusion. True attraction was never about tricks, tactics, or perfect timing. It was always about who you are when no one is watching. A Stoic man does not chase desire. He creates the conditions where desire can exist naturally. He governs his emotions instead of being ruled by them. He sets boundaries without hostility. He stays calm in uncertainty, steady in conflict, and grounded in love. And because of that, his presence carries weight. Women do not feel pressured around him. They feel safe. And at the same time, alive. This is the paradox of Stoic love. Strength without force, depth without need, intimacy without loss of self. A man like this does not need to convince a woman of his value. He lives it. He understands that attraction fades when a man abandons himself. And deepens when a man remains centered, even in love. Stoic men choose, not cling. They desire, not depend. They commit, not disappear into the relationship. And that is why they are respected long after emotions settle. If there is one lesson to carry forward, let it be this. The most attractive man in the room is not the one trying to be chosen, but the one who has already chosen himself. Become that man. And attraction will no longer be something you seek. It will be something that finds you. Thank you for watching today's video. I'm so happy to share my lessons about love and relationships with you. I hope you learned something new and can apply it to your life. If you find the video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Thank you for always accompanying and supporting me. Wish you a good day and don't forget to love yourself a lot.